train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. Before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of checking these buttons. We got some $1 million buttons today because the official $1 million Street Fighter 6 tournament is over. We have a new king. We're about to unpack all these buttons. Ladies and gents, chapters down below if you want to skip around. And of course, that sub button is right there. Thank you guys always for helping the channel grow. So without further ado, let's go. All right, now we're to the first set of Gamers 8 and Saudi buttons that need to be checked. So we all know these guys were doing it big. The biggest payout that we've seen thus far. We know Cap Cup this year is going to be, what's like over $2 million in prizes. First place gets like $1 million, right? So that's gonna be the biggest one. But for now, we got Gamers 8 giving away $1 million tournament, and first place gets $400K. I'll put the payouts once again on the screen. We'll unpack that as well. But for now, let's talk about some of this amazing gameplay. Okay, so on this last day, holy shit, it was hype. I was just watching it, right? Some notable things that stuck out. I think the day started out with, I want to say it was NuckleDu against Daigo, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think NuckleDu eliminated Daigo.
Yeah, put that pressure on him. NuckleDu had no meter. He just had to hold that, and I love it from Daigo as well. Not going immediately into drive rush stand fears into drive impact because that locks you in. It won't actually give you the wall splat. Oh, that's big. It comes up short. We're going to a final game here.
This is it right here, the $20,000 glorified money match between these two individuals. The tension is so high. There's been so much back and forth. It's hard to tell how it's gonna play out. Daigo getting on the throw. Daigo still with the tech.
It's getting tense now. Oh, beautiful stuff right there, dude. Catching on to the drive impact tendencies of Daigo, making him pay severely, making him pay for $20,000. NuckleDu gonna be moving on in the bracket.
Just like that, boots right to the bottom of the chin. It's NuckleDu taking down the legend and making a page in the legacy of Street Fighter off of that alone. And to be fair, I mean, he's a Capcom Cup champion, so he's already had multiple pages, but he's rewriting history essentially.
NuckleDu. You got 2 kids at home. You got a whole family at home. What you doing giving them a heart attack like that? What happened?
Man, I thought I had it. It was up 2-0, and he just quietly came back, and it was 2-2. And I'm like, man, like, what's going on? But I really just focused on my breathing, man. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, I just don't want to go home to my kids and be like, ah, you lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of extra pressure, but I'm glad I'm able to control my nerves.
Then from there, NuckleDu actually went up against Punk, and Punk beat NuckleDu.
The level 3 against the Fireball character. Du's game is a little bit stymied right now.
Oh, no, that's gonna be it. He was too greedy, you can see it. He knew it. He was so tempted. He was basically goaded into doing that Dion situation, but it was too obvious there. Punk with the jump out and taking it 3-0 very convincingly. You won your argument, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think Punk won the argument for me. I can only take so much credit for it. That was Punk's performance.
It pains me to say because y'all both my homies, so it was going to be sad no matter who loses, but it was a dominant victory over NuckleDu right there. As far as that player matchup, how do you feel about it historically?
It's just something I feel like we go back and forth. I'll win, do a win, I'll win, do a win. In this game, I've had the upper hand quite a lot so far, but like in usual, like I don't really know who's going to ever win versus us two. It's always just a toss-up because he always comes with something different each encounter we play, and I always try to come with something different too. So it's always just a toss-up in the air.
And at some point, Punk had to go up against his demon. Well, that's what they're calling him now ever since Evo, right? MenaRD, and Punk actually edged out Mena.
Very low resources.
Oh my goodness, what a tech on the grab. Oh, the dive kick. Punk's still alive in this. Plus frames. Oh, and of course you would tech there. That was a do or die moment, and Mena has got himself back in the fight. On Punk's side, he gets the punish counter. Okay. Did he miss the Blanca Gen setup, or was that Franco? It's hard to say. Oh my goodness. Again, spend all your cash, aim the perfect right there. Mena is back in this just when it was looking like he was out of the fight. It's 2-2. What happened?
Mena is so good at making these adaptations and being able to recognize what is going wrong for him in the matchup. Part of it is this jump back up Blanca ball that he's now representing, which is giving Punk pause on where he can safely stand on the screen.
Brad. Oh, hey, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Smart place to reversal.
Yeah, bust out immediately. Don't want to deal with any of that corner nonsense. Oh, okay, I see that. Reaction spiral arrow. Mena busts out as well.
These guys are slugging right now. They know what's on the line. It's not just money, it's pride. Punk has level 3, but I don't know if that was a drop or
Wait,
we should finish this.
He got it, level 3, and Punk defeats Mena here. Oh my goodness, eliminating Mena from the bracket. What a win for Punk.
If there was a place to change your fate and turn this matchup around, a stage to be the one where you finally are able to overcome your bracket demon, this was it. Punk relishing in the energy of the crowd and the, I'm sure, enthusiasm of that well-earned victory, moves on to what will be the losers semifinals.
This was exactly that. Punk, how do you feel right now?
Man, I'm just so happy. I don't even have any other word. I'm just very happy, excited. I knew I could do it with Cammy, and I was never going to switch.
What did you change in that character matchup? I mean, it almost like it was about to be a 3-0, and then Mena brings it back, and you're able to clutch it out at the end. But what were you changing as far as your approach, if you can say?
Well, Mena's just really random on defense, so as long as I make the right reads, he's going to kill himself every time. So it's just up to me to read what he's going to do. This is the first time I got the reads. I started to realize more and more at the end how he played defense. So for me, it was just like having him in the corner in the end, and I knew exactly what he was going to do, and he did exactly what I expected. So yeah, I think that's just the big one.
Congratulations, of course, to MenaRD for a very strong performance throughout this tournament. Walks away with 50K. But this time, he was not enough for the alpha himself, Punkdagod, who just guaranteed himself at least $80,000. 80 grand minimum for Punkdagod right here in this tournament, and possibly even more. He could still walk away with that trophy as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Alpha Punkdagod. We'll see what he does next, and let's go ahead and head over to our highlights, and then we'll get into some more matches.
And then Punk goes up against Big Bird, and I was actually thinking like, oh shit, this might be it for him. He bodied Big Bird. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he like 3-0'd him. It was insane.
Jumping, and he jumped anyway, but at a tight angle.
Yeah, got the landing frames on that one, gets the punish counter.
Oh, he's coming back with a vengeance here. He's in burnout, but not for much longer here, Big Bird. But this is huge, Ringe.
Yeah, Big Bird, he likes the air-to-airs, right? But the dive kick from that spacing just completely whiffs, and Punk takes advantage.
Hey, that's it. That's going to be it. The full confirm into Delta Red Assault, and that is going to be a clean sweep. 3-0 against Big Bird. Punk advancing deeper into the bracket, closer to the big cash prize.
Yo, Punk, we're going to forget these cameras and all these people here right now, bro. I'm going to ask you something. You from Philly. You know you just won $100,000 at least. What is going through your head right now?
I'm just very happy. This is my second time being able to do something like that, so it's pretty crazy to even be able to think about that kind of money from just playing Street Fighter. It's been something I've just done so long, so it's just a crazy feeling. Honestly, I think when I play against Big Bird, he doesn't usually play like himself completely. I think he respects me a lot the way he play, and I feel like he starts to play a little different, and it just kind of gives me a slight edge when I really think that me and him, you know, our skill is not, like when we play casuals, is never, no one ever wins like that. But as in tournament, I think he might get a little nervous on top of, I think he respects how I play it too much, and I think that just like gives me a slight edge in tournaments.
Then on the other side, right, the winner's side, Angry Bird went up against Kakeru, and then Angry Bird edged him out.
It was ready for him.
Light departure is coming in again. Kakeru still fighting. Keeps in mind about blocking a couple fireballs, blocking the Jinra, of course, he's still blocking. We're almost back on the dragon.
No way!
He got the stun and he got hit, and that was literally the last available frame for him to hit that DI. Ladies and gentlemen, Angry Bird will go to Grand Finals winners in such a dominant fashion.
Minimum of how much is he going to get? 200K despite whatever outcome may be, but he just might be the favorite considering he is now on the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Angry Bird, in your home region, you have officially qualified for Grand Finals winner's side. What is going through your mind right now?
To be honest, nothing's going through my mind. I just want to play. I just want to play the game.
And all of your opponents studied your matches surely and wanted to make sure they could beat you, but they could not do it. What do you think is to blame for this level of consistency and dominance that we're seeing from you right now? You are currently at your peak that we've seen so far.
As I said in my interview before, just don't be afraid of losing. What happens if you lose? Nothing's gonna attend millions of tournaments later on. So just play your best. If you lose, on to the next tournament. Doesn't matter if you lose. So I play without the fear of losing. So maybe that's why I'm playing at my highest level. It's because I'm not afraid to lose.
Then Kakeru goes to losers, plays Punk. Punk goes up against Kakeru 2-0. 2-0. It looks like Punk's about to get a wrap, go to Grand Finals and face Angry Bird, have that Evo run back, but then all of a sudden, Kakeru plays out of his damn mind and comes back.
And we are going into a game number 3 with Punk in the lead. Cruising, looking to break that third place curse. We might get the Grand Finals. People have been chomping at the bit for.
He's looking to offer himself match points, but the drive reversal from Punk again.
He checks the spin knuckle, and it's somehow set point to Kakeru from 2-0 up. We said that we've seen these situations before, a 2-0 lead being run back, and Kakeru now has set point. There's the opening, and he's going to get the drive rush extension, puts Punk back into the corner and sets the portal, catches him in the shard, and it's a big life lead. The spin knuckle whiffs, and it is a huge life lead now here for Kakeru. Punk's going to need something very special to bring it back. No, the crouch fish, punish counters on landing, and that, ladies and gentlemen, the big grin on Kakeru's face says it all. Somehow, from somewhere, he brought that back, and it looked hopeless at 2-0 down. Kakeru has eliminated Punk. What a fantastic change of momentum. He completely switched up his style and approach in the neutral and shut the door on Punk. There was no way in.
Insane, right? Because that's the same thing that happened to Punk and Evo. Punk was down. Punk was up against Mena 2-0, and then Mena came back to eliminate him from Evo. And then that's the exact same scenario here. So now you got Grand Finals. You got Kakeru versus Angry Bird. Angry Bird just beat Kakeru earlier in the tournament, so I'm thinking it's a wrap. I'm not going to lie. I was like, Angry Bird got this. He's playing out of his damn mind. But Kakeru comes back with the download complete, playing like a demon out of his mind. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this man's poetry in motion.
One more to go. It's still set point Kakeru.
Oh, no, too far out. Yo, Kakeru just at the right spot, at the right time for the whiff punish against the misplaced Dragon Lash, set up the departure, walk him down a little bit, and yeah, testing his reactions. He still has the parry. Angry Bird is looking to fight his way out of the corner, step by step, block by block. The drive rush is there, but still, how did he do it? Parry. How did he is ready. Then? He is too ready.
That was in the middle of a combo. I can't believe how ready and how good Kakeru is at these parries. So many perfect parries. Unbelievable.
A single hit for Kakeru could spell the end of Angry Bird. We're getting closer and closer to it.
Touch. Oh, and that is it. Kakeru has managed to turn this round and close out the Grand Finals 3-0. And there is way more than 3 zeros on his prize. He has claimed the $400,000 for first place. Look at him sitting back in his chair. It hasn't sunk in yet. Life-changing events here today in Riyadh at the Boulevard at Gamers 8. Kakeru, he can barely walk in a straight line after that draining performance. These two competitors, what a fantastic Grand Finals, and Kakeru stands atop. He can barely believe it. Look at this man, an emotionally draining experience, physically draining.
No doubt.
Putting his heart and soul into that performance, truly deserving of that trophy.
So amazing. Hype action. I know Angry Bird still posted. Very grateful. Dude's very humble. Daigo posted as well. This is a rough translation saying, geez, Kakeru is good. Even my role model, Angry Bird, went down. I suspect Kakeru's adaptability is beyond anything the dev team expected to see. I know Punk posted as well saying, probably the most happy I've ever been with the win. Usually don't care if I best anyone, but sticking with Cammy and finally beating Mena's Blanca feels like I've already won. Clapped so hard my hands hurt. So definitely some big ass action, right? Big money, life-changing money, and that leads to the next set of buttons because other communities are starting to now look at their payouts and be like, yo, is we hurting? Can we get there as well? It starts right here with the homie Ominous, right? He posted this saying, bro, I've seen 3 different posts of them giving out 10 bands for every award at this tournament. NRS scene is hurting. All right, let's unpack this a little bit because he's posting this right here where they say the undisputed best comeback of the tournament, tagging Kakeru saying brought himself back from the brink of defeat to secure a grand final appearance and win an additional $10,000. I didn't even know that. I didn't know they were giving out like a fucking fight of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like UFC, they do like fight of the night awards. They'll give you an extra like 50,000 on top of whatever they were gonna pay you. These guys were doing it too. They're just giving away G's on top of G's. This man already won 400,000. Now making 410,000. And back to what Ominous was saying. He was like, NRS scene is hurting. At this moment, you know, love me some Ominous. I even had him on Bogus Journeys. Love the dude, right? But I think that would be unfair to say at this moment because yeah, we got MK11, but MK11 is pretty much dead. You know, you're not really doing anything for that now. But MK12, or I'm sorry, I'm over here on MK12. MK1 is about to drop. You know, and Sonic said earlier that he was actually invited to this tournament, right? He was invited here, but he turned it down because he didn't think he could win. But Sonic also went on to say if they have one for MK1, holler at me. So that's what I'm getting at. Hell, they did one for Tekken 7. You know what I'm saying? They did one for Street Fighter 6. When MK1 drops, I would assume they're gonna do that for MK1 as well, but how y'all feeling, you know what I'm saying? And then NRS scene ain't gonna be hurting as much, but damn, seems like there's a lot of money to go around in Saudi. How y'all feeling? Let me know. That it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you all feeling. Thank you for the amazing love. We will see you soon. If not tomorrow, definitely the next day, but we'll definitely try to see you tomorrow. But either way, Patreons, thank you guys for the amazing love. We are hustling on this side. For the first time ever, we got huge money in the FGC, and we're actually gonna have millionaires. Millionaire pro players in the FGC very soon, and that is a crazy ass thought, right? And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah blah blah. Subscribe.
Do you have any idea like who will win? Do you guys do push-ups in your work? I know y'all lift.
No, we just bench. We don't do push-ups.
Yeah, so yeah, y'all don't do push-ups. Ready, go. You gotta count Angry Bird. No, Angry Bird, he got a little bit of half rip. Oh, his chest hit the ground, that's it. Angry Bird is still pushing. And he hopped out. Mike,
I'll do it.
You gonna do it? You got, bro, for the content, come on.
Oh, good God. Knees on the ground?
Well, not for the whole thing. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 40, 41, 42. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Damn, he's still going? Bro, stop.